She was a bright, lively teenager with her whole life ahead of her until one tragic night changed everything. A love story turned dangerous, with red flags ignored until it was too late. Stay tuned as we uncover the heartbreaking story of a young life taken too soon. The night of November 21st, 2016, changed everything for Emma Walker's family. Emma, a bright, bubbly 16-year-old, was shot in the head while she slept in her Knoxville home. Her killer? Her ex-boyfriend, William Riley Gall, fired 2 bullets into her bedroom from outside the house. It was an unthinkable act, planned and carried out by someone who claimed to love her. For Jill Walker, Emma's mom, the pain of losing her daughter hasn't faded, but she's determined to make Emma's story a lesson for others, a reminder to teens and parents everywhere that the warning signs of unhealthy relationships are real and they matter. Jill always wanted a daughter and had dreamed of naming her Emma. When her wish finally came true, it felt like a gift. Emma grew up to be everything Jill could have hoped for: strong, willed, beautiful, and full of energy. She loved cheerleading and made the team as a freshman at Central High School. It was a moment of pride for her and her family. Through cheerleading, Emma met William Riley Gall. She was a freshman, he was a junior. At first, their relationship seemed like typical teenage romance, fun, exciting, and full of promise. Jill and her family were cautious because of the age gap, but didn't see any red flags in the beginning. Over time, though, things started to change. Gall's behavior became controlling. Emma, who was once so outgoing and social, began pulling away from her friends and family. She spent more time alone in her room and less time doing the things she loved. Her parents noticed and started keeping a closer eye on her. What they found on Emma's phone worried them even more. The messages between Emma and Gall were full of arguments, jealousy, and manipulation. The two would break up, get back together, and then break up again, over and over. Jill and her husband tried talking to Emma about what a healthy relationship should look like, but she struggled to let go. By the fall of 2016, Emma had finally had enough. She ended the relationship for good. She was a junior by then, and Gall was a freshman at Maryville College. For the first time in a long time, Emma seemed free. Her parents saw a weight lift off her shoulders. She reconnected with friends, started spending time with her family again, and appeared genuinely happy. But Gall wasn't ready to let go. He was desperate to get Emma back and tried everything to keep her in his life. He bombarded her with messages, begged for another chance, and even staged a fake kidnapping to make her feel sorry for him. Emma stood firm, though. She was done. Then came that terrible night. Emma went to bed like it was any other evening, not knowing that Gall was outside her house with a gun. He had taken his grandfather's weapon and parked nearby, waiting for the right moment. He knew exactly where Emma's bedroom was. He'd been inside the house before. When he fired those 2 bullets through her wall, one hit Emma in the head, killing her instantly. Her parents found her the next morning, unresponsive in her bed. The shock and grief were unimaginable. Their beautiful, vibrant daughter was gone forever. Gall's behavior after the murder only added to the horror. He tried to cover his tracks by asking friends to help him get rid of the gun, claiming he was scared for his safety. What he didn't know was that those friends were secretly recording him. They took the evidence to the police, and it wasn't long before Gall was arrested. During the trial, prosecutors laid out how Gall's obsession with Emma had spiraled into violence. They argued that the shooting was premeditated, pointing to how he had planned every detail. Gall's defense claimed he didn't mean to kill Emma, saying he only wanted to scare her, but the jury didn't buy it. In 2018, Gall was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 51 years before he could even think about parole. For Jill, seeing Gall brought to justice offered some relief, but no real comfort. "You feel like justice has been served," she said, "but it doesn't change her life. It doesn't bring her back." Jill has turned her grief into a mission. She speaks out about the dangers of toxic relationships, hoping to prevent other families from going through the same heartbreak. She wants teens to know that if their friends or family don't like who they're dating, there's probably a reason. Listen to them, she says. Your friends might see something you don't. She also urges parents to stay involved and pay attention, especially to their kids' digital lives. Phones and social media can hide a lot, she explains. Texts, calls, and online interactions can all be places where control and manipulation happen out of sight. Jill encourages parents to monitor their children's phones and talk openly about what healthy relationships look like. Emma's story is a heartbreaking reminder of how quickly things can turn dangerous. Teen dating. Violence is more common than many people realize. 1 in 3 young couples will experience some form of abuse in their relationship. For anyone who finds themselves in an unhealthy situation, there is help available. Local hotlines, like the one in Knoxville, 865-637-8000, are staffed with professionals who can guide teens and parents through the next steps. Though Emma is gone, her memory continues to inspire change. Scholarships in her name, support students pursuing careers in healthcare, a memorial room at the East Tennessee Children's Hospital honors her love for helping others, and a dog park keeps her spirit alive in the community. These tributes ensure that Emma's story isn't forgotten. Jill Walker's message is clear. Pay attention to the red flags. Toxic relationships don't start with violence. They start with control, isolation, and manipulation. By recognizing these signs early, teens and parents can take steps to protect themselves and their loved ones. Emma Walker's life was cut short by someone who claimed to love her, but her story has become a powerful call to action. It's a reminder that love should never hurt and that we all have a role to play in keeping each other safe. Through Jill's advocacy, Emma's legacy shines on, making a difference in the lives of others. What do you think we, as a community, can do to raise awareness about teen dating violence and help young people stay safe? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story moved you or taught you something valuable, don't forget to like this video, share it with others, and hit the subscribe button. Let's work together to spread awareness and make a difference. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more content like this. Together, we can create a safer world for everyone.